In our first module, we are going to learn about the matter in our surrounding. As we look to our surrounding, we see large number of variety of things with different shapes and size and texture. This means that when we are looking to our surrounding, we see many type qualities of things of different size, shapes and color and texture. The second point, everything in this universe is made up of materials which scientists have named matter. Here the scientists have named all the materials in the universe as the matter, as they are the smallest unit of any substance is matter. The Indian philosopher classified matter in the form of 5 basic elements, that is the Panchatattva, the air, the fire, the water, the ice, that is the earth, the sky. Okay. The modern day scientists have evolved 2 types of classification of matter based on their physical property and their chemical property. Here is an image which depicts the Panchatattva. Here is the experiment to show the matter is made up of particle. In this experiment, we use a beaker, a spoon, a glass rod and salt or sugar. Take 100 ml of beaker, fill half beaker with the water and mark the level of water. Dissolve some salt or sugar with the help of a glass rod. Observe any change in water level. What do you think the water level change? Or where does the salt go on? Does the level of water change? Comment in the suggestion box or the comment box. Thank you very much. This is the physical nature of matter, second part. Matter particles cannot be further divided. An experiment to show the following practical is given below. Take 2 to 3 crystals of potassium permanganate, that is KMnO4, and dissolve them into the 100 ml of water. Take out approximately 10 ml of solution and put them into 90 ml of clear water. Take out 10 ml of this solution and put it into another 90 ml of clear water. And keep diluting this solution like this 5 to 8 times. Is the water still colored? Yes, the water is still colored because the potassium permanganate having the color of pink, and the pinkish color observable in every slot of changes as the beaker contains some pinkish property. Here are the following characteristics of particles of matter. The first one, particles of matter have space between them. For example, if you take a Dettol and put it into a bucket, then smell it. The smell may long last. It shows that particles have space between them. The second point, particles of matter are continuously moving. For example, if we light up agarbatti at a corner of our house, then it reaches out to each and every corner. This is a daily life experiment. You can do it at your home, but do it safely. The third point, particles of matter attract each other. For example, take an iron rod and try to break it simply. It is not breakable simply because the particles are attracting each other very much tightly and they are packing up some component and form it as a solid. Thank you very much. States of matter. There are mainly 5 states of matter, but basically you have to study about 3 states of matter only. The 4th and 5th are the exception. It's again the NCERT textbook in the last page, that is the plasma and the Bose-Einstein condensate. Okay. Here we are going to learn about the solid state. Solid state having a definite shape, a distinct boundary, fixed volume, have negligible compressibility. Solid have tendency to maintain their shape when subjected to outside force. Solid are rigid as they break when an external force is applied on it, and it also difficult to change their shape. The 5th point means that the solid have that much tendency to maintain their body when subjected to outside force. Means when you are applying the force, it may sustain that pressure or the force, the amount of force and compressibility to maintain its shape and size. Thank you very much. This is the second state of matter, that is liquid state. The liquid have no definite shape, no distinct boundaries, fixed volume. This shows that the liquid having the fixed volume because the liquid can be measured in liter. It is slightly compressible. We can compress the liquid slightly, or some sort of portions can be compressed by a compressor. Liquid flow and called the fluids. They take up the shape of the container in which they are kept. The fluids means the property to flow or to swim. Got it? Third state of matter, that is the gaseous state. The gaseous state having no definite shape, no definite boundaries, volume is not fixed, these are highly compressible. The liquefied petroleum gas nowadays used in the fuel these days in the vehicles, because this is the very pure gases which does not do any type of combustion process. This may not release any toxic gases and materials in the environment, and hence establishing a good environment. Our next topic is, can particles change its state? The first point, the water can exist in three forms of matter as solid, liquid and gas. Okay. The second point, on increasing the temperature of solid, the kinetic energy of particle increases. Due to this, the increase in kinetic energy, the particles start vibrating with a greater speed. Third point, the energy supplied via heat overcome the forces of attraction between the particles. The fourth point, the particles leave their fixed position and start vibrating with a greater speed. A stage is reached when the solid melts and converts into the liquid. The fourth point, melting point. The melting point is the point at which the temperature at which a solid melts to become the liquid at atmospheric pressure, and it is called its melting point. The melting point of a solid is an induction of strength of force of attraction between its particles. The melting point of ice is 273.16 Kelvin. Kelvin is the unit of temperature. Change of solid state into liquid state is also known as fusion. Okay. The fifth point of the melting point is, when a solid melts, its temperature remains the same. So where does the temperature or the heat energy go? I ask the question this, as this question is given in the NCERT. It is a very important question according to the examination point of view, because this question's answer is that because when we melt a solid ice, the energy is required to melt the ice firstly, and then energy which we are giving to it after the using all energy in the changing of the ice into the liquid, the temperature of the water rises. We are going to start learning about the energy of fusion. The amount of energy, heat energy that is required to change 1 kg of solid into the liquid at atmospheric pressure and at its melting point. Second point, the boiling point, the temperature at which the liquid starts boiling at atmospheric pressure. The third point, latent heat of vaporization. Water vapor at 373 Kelvin, that is 100 degrees Celsius, have more energy than the water at the same temperature. This is because particles in the stream have absorbed extra energy in the form of latent heat of vaporization. As I told the answer earlier of the previous slide question, this is the main important answer of that question according to examination point of view. These are the following images which show can matter change its state. These are the images which are taken from the NCERT. So go through the NCERT textbook of class 9th chapter 1st chemistry, that is the matter in our surrounding, and practice this experiment in the school lab in front of your teacher, because these experiments are dangerous to your health. Thank you very much. The sublimation, a change of state directly from solid to gas without changing into liquid state or vice versa. Here in this experiment we are using a funnel, a china dish, a petri dish, a burner and a stand. When you put on the stand the following materials and practice the following experiment given the NCERT, we get the solid converted to the gaseous form and again gases to solid. Thank you very much. Effect of change of pressure. Applying pressure and reducing temperature can liquefy a gas. This is a most important point. The second point, we can say that pressure and temperature determine the state of a substance, whether it will be solid, liquid or gas. Okay, these are the 2 points which can show the effect of change or pressure. Thank you very much. In this topic, we are going to start the point, that is evaporation and its effect. The first point, evaporation. What is evaporation? The phenomenon of change of liquid into vapor at any temperature below its melting point is known as evaporation. The second point, the factors affecting evaporation. The first point in that is an increase of surface area. In this we means that evaporation is a surface phenomena, means evaporation can take place only on the surface. Its surface area increased, the rate of evaporation increases. Means the surface area is directly proportional to the evaporation rate. An increase in temperature. With the increase in temperature, more number of particles get kinetic energy to go into the vapor state. So this also means that an increase in temperature is directly proportional to the higher rate of evaporation. The third point, a decrease in humidity. Humidity is the amount of water present in air. The air around us cannot hold much volume of water at a given temperature. If the amount of water is already high in the atmosphere, the rate of evaporation will be decreases. This means that the evaporation is inversely proportional to the humidity. The fourth point, an increase in wind speed. If we are increasing the speed of the wind, then the evaporation rate will be high. This means rate of wind is directly proportional to the evaporation. Thank you very much. Our next topic is how does evaporation causes cooling. The following points are given below. The particles of liquid absorb energy from the surrounding to regain the energy lost during evaporation. The absorption energy from surrounding make surrounding cool. In the NCERT page number 10, there are two questions that are asked. That is very important questions, so prepare it. Why should we wear cotton clothes in summer? And the second question, why we see water droplet on the outer surface of glass containing ice water, that is cold water. Prepare the answer and send it, comment in the comment box. This is the fourth state of matter which is given in the NCERT last page, that is plasma. The state consists of super energetic and super excited particles. These particles are in form of ionized gas. Our daily life example is the sun, the stars, the commonly the neon bulbs, etc. There are many types of other examples also. Fifth type of matter is Bose-Einstein condensate. Bose-Einstein condensate. In 1920, the Indian physicist Satyendra Nath Bose done some calculation for the fifth state of matter. Building on his calculation, Albert Einstein predicted a new state of matter, the Bose-Einstein condensate (BEC). In 2001, Eric A. Cornell, Wolfgang Catrulli, and Carl E. Wieman of USA received the Nobel Prize in the physics for achieving the Bose-Einstein condensation. The BEC is spawned by cooling of gas extremely low density, about 100,000 the density of normal air. Okay. To super low temperature, you can log on to www.chem4kids.com to get more information on this fourth and fifth state of matter. Okay, this is the following reference image for the Bose-Einstein condensate. You can look it and understand. If not getting, comment in the comment. Thank you for watching the video. Have a nice day.